much better. I told you, Bill, not to mess with the instructions.
Yeah. You know, the first 6 times when it said bad request, I mean, that should be a sign that you gotta do something different.
I definitely don't think I did it correctly, but
Oh, it's on.
it's, we need the recording and process, right? Instructions.
Yeah. You know, the first 6 times before
It's,
15 minutes?
the recording and process, right?
It was recorded, now you stop the player.
all those other things were.
All right, well, I think there's just a delay. Yeah. But it says live, I mean.
It was recorded, now you stop the player. Do you want to mute it so we don't?
Turn it down, right? Yeah, that will last. There's just a delay.
How are you gonna do if somebody wants to talk?
How do you see?
You gotta turn it on. You gotta unmute them.
Yeah, that's who's got the keyboard.
Nobody. Oh, keyboard. is also-
John does.
You can go over there and hit it.
I'll just go up there and hit it. It's 7 o'clock, let's, please stand for the pledge.
Got it? Working.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
And
to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing while we remember those who passed away. Ethan Kennedy. Thank you.
All right.
Billy, roll call. John Viveras.
Present.
Smith Ellis.
President.
Bill Brown.
Here.
And I am present. Johnny Frost is absent with notice. Fire exit. In the event of emergency, please use the emergency exit staircase behind us. Do not use the elevator or staircase. Please silence your cell phones. Jackie, any correspondence? Okay. Petitioners, this is the time in the meeting when anyone from the audience can come up and address the board. I don't believe I see anyone on.
We didn't do it. It's maybe because Dad can't get to.
Well,
Yeah, but nobody.
It
there was
would
no
make
one
a-
signed.
One more call. Anybody in the audience or online have anything they'd like to discuss with the board? Okay, attorney concerns.
None.
First resolution, get a motion for resolution, for $5,315,396 for a bond/ban relating to pool renovation project at the Ellenville Central School by the Wawarsing Town Board. John Viveras, Samantha,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
and I vote aye. For the members of the audience or online who aren't sure what that is the authorization, the grant we were awarded just about 2 years ago for our project at the school facilities specific to the pool, the bathhouse, concession area, and patio area. So this is just the next step in the process. Our portion is 20% of that. The rest is a grant. And there is some money, once we get a bit more clarity, we'll announce it with the school's involvement, but again, not quite there yet. Second resolution, town board by resolution approves to close for the observation of Juneteenth on June 19th, 2026, and further resolve to authorize the supervisor to execute the memorandum of agreements between the town of Wawarsing and the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 363, our highway and transfer station, and wastewater maintenance and airport unions.
So move.
Second.
John Devers. Samantha.
Aye.
Bill.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Moving on to the agenda, we do not have any budget modifications. We do have two signatures on the bill. Can I get a motion to approve those bills as audited?
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the following department reports: the assessor, the building, the justice, highway, town clerk, maintenance, recreation, tax collectors, and the supervisor's accounting report.
Move 3 through 11.
All in favor? Aye. Get a motion for the town board to approve option A from the selective insurance for the renewal of flood insurance for the Napanock sewer plant located at 43 Institution Road, the Belt Press Building, in the amount of $13,623. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 13, town board to approve the payment to Sarah Associates for the invoice 99489 FAA project 336 0201 050 2025 to rehabilitate the runway 4-22 design in the amount of $6,229.57. All in favor? A motion to approve Tammy Hasenflu to attend the NYSLRS Employer Education Seminar on Thursday, May 28th at Orange Ulster Bosse's in Goshen. Seminar offered at no expense to the town per section 3.5 of the Town of Wawarsing Employment Practices Compliance Manual on a case-by-case basis. Town board may require repayment of the costs, have any costs associated with the education and/or training should the employee voluntarily terminate employment with the town during the 36 months immediately following completion of the education and/or training. A town vehicle is to be used for transportation if available.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve Robin Quick to attend the Cornell Seminar on Professional Development, Sunday, July 19th, 2026 through Friday, July 24th, 2026 at Hotel Ithaca in Ithaca. Total cost estimated at $1,001. I'm sorry, total cost not to exceed $1,001, excluding mileage and meals, per section 3.5 of the Town of Wawarsing Employment Practices Compliance Manual on a case-by-case basis. Town board may require a payment of the costs associated with the education and/or training should the employee voluntarily terminate employment with the town during the 36 months immediately following completion of the education and/or training. A town vehicle is to be used if transportation is available.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
16. And a motion to approve Jimmy Montana and Francis Roller to attend the New York Rural Water Association training session on Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 at Maybrook Senior Center. This class will count toward necessary credits for their licensing and recertifications and will be offered at no expense to the town. Per section 3.5 of the Town of Wawarsing Employee Practices Compliance Manual on a case-by-case basis. The town board may require repayment of the costs associated with the education and/or training should the employee voluntarily terminate employment with the town during 36 months immediately following completion of the education and/or training. A town vehicle is to be used, town vehicle is to be used for transportation if available.
Motion, and I'll also motion for the event on Wednesday, September 2nd, 2026 at Westminster Plaza.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Second.
All in favor? And 16, 17 are, like they say, requirements for our water operators to be licensed, so we have the proper people overseeing a most valuable resource for us. We're gonna table number 18 for now. Number 19, give a motion to authorize town attorney, William Collard to execute the stipulation of discontinuance regarding Wakefern Food Court tax assessment review in connection with Article 7 of the real property tax law.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
20, get a motion to authorize town attorney William Collier to execute a consent judgment to settle Walmart real estate assessment number 4570 review in connection with Article 7 of the real property tax law, reducing the assessment from $7,749,400 to $7.5 million.
So moved.
A second.
All in favor? A motion to authorize town attorney William Collier to execute the consent judgment to settle Tractor Supply real estate assessment number 2341. Review in connection with Article 7 of the real property tax law, reducing the assessment from $2,227,275 to $2 million. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 22, get a motion to approve the below mentioned hiring for camp counselors for their respective job titles and rates of pay.
So move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
23.
I didn't get a.
We didn't get a response.
Okay. Get a motion to rescind the approval of the employment for Tawana Harrington for the position of lifeguard. Need a second? All in favor? Aye. You don't have any additional motions, correct, Jackie? Mr. Pace? Nothing at all. Okay. Bill? Okay.
Just, recreation update, senior program continues to meet every Tuesday at the Trudy Center, Trudy Fargo Wrestling Center. Bringing seniors together for meals, activities, and social engagement. Right now, there's about 35 people that come every week. Flag football games are currently taking place on Wednesdays and Fridays, 5 to 7 p.m., Sundays 2 to 3 p.m. Burn Road Park Field. Community members are encouraged to come out and support the youth athletes. Camp Chewonga registration moving quickly. Ages 5 through 7 group is already at capacity. And families needing assistance with registration are encouraged to contact the recreation department as soon as possible. You think of the rest of them? We just signed an agreement to hire a new contractor for Lippman Park for the handicap portable restroom. Has been an issue for the last couple of years there. The cleanliness, the condition of the unit itself. Hoping that this resolves the problem. It's going to begin on June 1st.
As we know, the swimming pool is closed at in Ellenville, the school pool, so the kids of camp will be going to their Cohasset pool, and each camp village attending will go once a week to the Cohasset pool as part of the programming. Swimming lessons will be available starting June 1st, going live where you can register for swimming lessons. Parent information regarding camp will be finalized, and schedules, procedures, and everything will be on the website coming very soon. He already stated about flag football. I also just want to say thank you to the assemblyman who came with the regional food bank last week, and he handed out about 200 local meals that happened by the library. It was actually a really good turnout, and a lot of people showed up. It's great to see people giving back to our community. Another thing I want to say is congratulations to the people who won at the school election: Laura Smallsy, Steve Levine, Phil Matrician. There was a really good turnout, probably more than there's been the last couple of years. So like I said, it's important to vote and go vote, and we have some new people joining the school board, which is exciting. With the pool itself, we just did the bond for the grant, so that's exciting. We should be getting a pool underway, a whole new field out that way. That will be great for the community. And that's really what I have for now. That's it.
So last meeting, I talked about the community cleanup in Allenville that happened, and we talked about doing it in Navinock and Cohasset. And I reached out to Navinock Public Interest Group, and it turns out they already do this. not very well advertised, they told me, because I had no idea that this happened, and, they apparently do, so they were to meet with them again, and talk about a coordinated effort between the ones in Ellenville and doing it at the same time, so it happens on the same day, and we can share resources with, each other's groups, so, they seem open to it, so I'm gonna think on it, especially about it.
Making note, with Don Schmalzley, he, is the chairman for the noonday highway cleanup that I participate in. It's the first mile going south out of the village. And he usually times it sometime in April. I know he's got one coming up. It's actually, as we speak, he wanted one done before the holiday weekend.
Tomorrow night.
Is it tomorrow night? Okay, tomorrow night, sorry. He could be someone that would be nice to, especially if one of the parties is short on manpower or someone's heading, I'd help turn around.
The supervisor and I met with, some staff about, purchasing procedures and some just general, processes, and I think, considering our financial troubles, this is a good start, especially this time of year. Get, some new processes in place and get it to, just look at things differently and just, take a second look when they're buying stuff. Fourth of July committee related, Red, White, and Boom, we are still having that at the airport. We had a little bit of a setback. One of the things that we were going to do and the night was a sky lantern release. As we unfortunately found out recently, we cannot do that. They were banned in Ulster County in 2016. Unfortunately, we just discovered. So we're working on alternative endings to the night. So more, as soon as I have more on that, I'll bring it back. Want to thank Dwight Coombe and his team, Wings of Millsboro Warriors. It was a great event. Weather was fantastic. I mean, just really good day. We raised a lot of money that day, and it gave me a lot of ideas for the 4th of July's event on June 3rd. I'm sorry, July 3rd. Ways to do our event. So it's definitely a good experience being there, watching how he's got the behind the scenes stuff. I've been to the event before, but how he plans it and how he sets it up, that days leading up to it. I worked with him on a couple of those things. I went over there when he was there, and I saw what he was doing. So it's good learning experience. And I want to thank the Run Like the Wind committee, Supervisor Steckler and the team there. It was another great event, and it was really good to see the kids back with the event. It was good. The day, it was good to see them there. Good event, and we thanked them at the last meeting, but the scouts with cleaning up that trail. I could not believe the difference. I had been there about a month ago walking the trail, and it was a disaster. I didn't see it after they cleaned it until this past weekend with the like the wind, and I went that length of the trail, and it was just, yeah, they did a great job. So really good. What's on?
Thanks, John. And John mentioned the budget, and I wanted to talk more about that in the workshop. So my apologies. I just got off track talking about other items. John touched on something internally that we're doing, and really the two things. So first, the meeting we had with the department heads, it was very, I thought, it was everyone participated in it. There's already systems in place. What my biggest two focuses are and were to the department heads were, the purpose of this was for a combination of raising awareness to your budget before we automatically pull the trigger, putting in a purchase order. And secondly, holding the department accountable, but also themselves accountable for, needs versus wants, and, having department heads being involved on purchases. It's a win for everybody. So we have buy-in already. We're already thinking of strategic ways, whether it's bulk buys or, interdepartmental transfers, things like that, that we are able to do that might be a couple of dollars a day, but over the course of a year, it's a significant number. So I think the in-house, bit of a cultural, just tightening the bolts. Not one thing led to it. I think appreciate Town Clerk Collier was there as well in her input on what has been working and what needs some focus. We have gotten some first quarter numbers back that I can confidently say, and I won't bog everyone down too much with details. I will save it, but what I can say, where are we? First quarter fueling. This is the fuel we spent, dollars above budget, and this is not gallons used. So this is a fair comparison. Just dollars spent with the current economy through quarter one of 2026 versus 2025. we're up 47.5% of money spent, or just shy of $4,000 for fuel. For heating oil, we were not able to get accurate numbers for the highway department, only because they opened this time last year. So I'm gonna wait for the second quarter to get a good number of what we look like. Quarter one, we were still straddling both the old and the new highway departments. So I'm going to circle back to that. But the yeah, I'm gonna come back to them. So my apologies for not having more info, but again, some of this we need numbers for, some of it's estimates, and we're just gonna continue to chip away at it versus wait until budget season. So those are the first quarter numbers for fuel consumption. I do have the heating fuel, and I'll post that, or I'll convey that. We'll get that in Tuesday's workshop, so it's recorded in the minutes. And I'll reiterate that on June 4th meeting as well, so where the public is just a bit more knowledgeable of it. Thank you to the highway department. They put up the new Lippman Park sign. For those who haven't seen it yet, I think the color scheme is beautiful, very appropriate for a park for us. And I was able to stop down mid construction and see the team in action. And just thank them for the work they did, and the volunteers, Douglas and Hank, who donated their time, their tools, their I'm sure some money out of their pockets to make it work, and it shows. It's beautiful. And also for the the rail trail as well. There were a couple of trees that really could have hurt someone, if they fell, and luckily the team took care of those. And also removed all the garbage that the scout troop was able to assemble for removal. I did learn the highway sidewalk project, and this is with the UCTC. I think the assistant director is titled Brian Slack. The sidewalk project is 100% paid for, not 95.
Yeah.
So 100% paid for with grant money. Zero tax dollars are going towards that. Sidewalk project. I was at the supervisors meeting Tuesday. We get together once a month. Usually county representatives show, and short-term rentals came up. I know that on the village and town board, we're struggling with compliance. Since the county gets the bed tax, I posed a question if they can do some of the heavy lifting with compliance on their end, where there's a checks and balances of local municipalities to make sure that they either filled out and have a permit locally, or they just can't continue until that process is checked. And they said they are going to incorporate that with their new system, which is a pretty big deal in that world. Because again, we're just want compliance and fire safety. So that would be great for the counties up there. It was a great weekend. For those who say nothing ever happens, or especially for the kids, Saturday, Wings and Wheels. I was a little kid. I mean, it was just a great event between the planes, the cars, Bill showing off all of his Novus trophies, hot dogs, music, not a cloud in the sky. Life was good. And then the Run Like the Wind showcased wonderfully. I'll leave our audience member nameless, but for their age group came in first place. So congrats to the person in the audience who placed first place in their age group.
Congratulations, Chris.
Bill, the guy to the next to me, Bill Brown's not one for recognition, but he has spent a ton of time making sure that the portable restrooms are resolved and presentable. He's working on entrance signs for Wawarsing that are coming sooner than later, and a lot of behind the scenes work going to. So thank you for your hard work on our behalf, and I'm excited to get those up and running. I'm assuming sometime in the summer, so it's not going to be very long. We're almost there. Samantha mentioned that the buses, the pool, we're all using one pool, and how I phrased it 2 years ago when we voted for this, and I'll reiterate it: everyone's going to sacrifice something. Life is not going to go on as we're used to, and that is towards the public, that is towards the campers, that's towards the pool lessons, that's whoever uses the pool. is just gonna have to sacrifice a little while we get the renovations done. And we have a beautiful state-of-the-art pool facilities. It's going to be stressful. It's gonna be, you know, of high anxiety for some. We're doing the best we can, given the economic climate, the resources we do have, while maintaining the safety for the kids first and foremost, and doing what we can for, you know, the other people that want to use the pool. So I thank everyone in advance for their patience. Feel free to call, town hall and ask for me. I can connect you with Bill and Samantha or Neil Sorry for any direct questions or help you myself. And lastly, the Meet the Supervisors event, it'll be 6/6, 10 to 12. I'm gonna go out to Kerhonkson. They have some perfect picnic benches on these strip of grass, in between, not Burn Road, it's not High Street, I forgot the name of it, but essentially the opposite side of Mill and Main and the fire department's parking lot. There's a couple of big pine trees for shade and some picnic tables, so I'll be there, 6/6, 10 to 12. No agenda, no politics, just learning more about that neck of the woods that, I don't spend that much time in. So it's open to the public. That's all I've got. Get a motion to adjourn? Second? All in favor? Thank you.
Thank everyone for coming.
Yeah, Monday's a little bit.
Yeah, Monday's the only day down, but.
Yeah. This summer.